What is up, YouTube? Moto Noob coming at you live here from Middletown, Delaware. It has been a long time since my last video, and why is that? Well, here in Delaware, we really have not seen the sun in the past 6 to 8 months. Rain, snow, dismal cold. It's probably one of the worst riding seasons that I can remember, because it just has not been good weather for riding. I hate it. But thankfully today circumstances kind of presented themselves to where I had the availability and I had the weather to ride into work this morning. So I thought, hey, self, why not bang out a quick moto vlog? So what I thought I'd do today is, this is going to be my official 1,000th subscriber video. 1,000 of you out there, for some reason or another, clicked on the subscribe button and decided to listen to me drone on, and I thank you, because you know, this is kind of like a fun thing for me, and the fact that other people enjoy listening and, you know, kind of get something out of this is really cool for me, so I appreciate it. If you're just catching me for the first time, please go ahead and click that subscriber button and click the little alarm bell to get notifications every time I have a video, and you'll get a little pop-up that says, hey, Moto Noob has a new video, and then come check me out. I would greatly appreciate that. So for my 1,000th subscriber video, I thought I'd answer a few common questions that I get from YouTube and email and whatnot like that. So the number one question is, and this is in no particular order, what kind of bike is the Noobmobile? The Noobmobile, I know it's kind of hard to see here, is a 2013 Yamaha Striker. It is a cruiser, obviously you can tell by the size of the tank. And you know, that's me on my website, motonoob.com. When it's in a little box that says about, you know, it says that I am a sport bike rider in a cruiser body. You know, I'm not a spring chicken, and I've done a lot of sports and activities over my life that have kind of taken a toll on the neck and the spine and the knees, and any of you athletes out there, I know you can kind of commiserate. So, you know, as much as I'd love the acceleration and power to weight ratio of a sport bike, the thought of being hunched over a bike with your neck elevated in that position and your back in that position for any extended period of time just is not appealing to me. So in upright position it is. I do love my Striker though. I've done a lot of modifications to it. I put on the Cyclops. It's a 71, 7200, 7000 lumen LED headlamp. I have LED lights under the tank, under the fenders, on the body, to light up the engine block. I most recently put on a Cobra slip-on, and it sounds so pretty, and I'll have a video for that soon too, because I recorded the process. But can you hear that? So much better in stock. And the slip-on for the Striker was only like 230, 240 bucks, and literally took about 30, 45 minutes to do. And the hard part wasn't even getting the old one off or the new one on. There's a little heat shield on there that was a pain in the ass to just screw on. What else? I have a brake light modulator installed on the bike, so I tap into the brake line, the electric line, positive, negative, and basically what happens whenever I hit the front and rear brake, it goes flash, 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 and then steady. You know, my whole thing was, you know, I just want to be seen and heard. So, you know, when you got cars coming at you from behind, having that type of, you know, flashing light is, you know, a visibility thing, so I enjoy it. Speaking of being seen and heard, I got an air horn on here to help, you know, folks notice me, because the other stock horn was really, really, really quiet, so, you know, that's one of the first few things that I did to the bike. Alright, question number 2. Why do you, not necessarily me, but you and moto vloggers in general, make such a big deal of people cutting in front of you when, you know, it's so far away? So something you may not know is the cameras that we use, the GoPro cameras, what we normally do, we being motovloggers, in order to get the maximum view is we either set it in wide mode or what's called super wide. And if you're unfamiliar with photography concepts, is when you're using like that fisheye type lens, and with how it is, you know, kind of convex, it makes things seem further away than they really are. So when you are watching a motovlog video, 9 times out of 10, when somebody cuts in front of you and it looks like, you know, there's a good 3, 4, 5, 6 car lengths, it's actually a lot closer than it seems. So, you know, yes, are there some people who over-exaggerate it completely? 100%. There are people who be like, oh my god, the guy was like a quarter mile ahead and he turned into my lane. Yes, that happens. At the same time, you know, I'd probably say 80% of the ones that I see are legit. And that being said, too, you know, the bulk of all accidents happen in corners and intersections. And, you know, even more of a bulk of those accidents happens when somebody is turning out in front of a motorcyclist. So, you know, it's one of the things that we're keenly aware of, that we're particularly aware of. And if you don't ride a bike, you know, if you ever did ride a bike, it's one of those things that you usually would become hyper aware of and sensitive to another. And, you know, the third question is very similar in terms of, you know, why are bikers always kind of hyper vigilant against people who are using cell phones, you know, when they drive. Have I ever done it? Unfortunately, yeah, sometimes it's a necessary evil. But again, for the same reason, is when, you know, somebody does not have their full attention on the road, it puts us in danger, you know. Really, it puts everyone in danger, but particularly because we don't have a steel cage around us, it puts us in danger even more. So, I mean, if you think, if you could encourage somebody to stay off their cell phone when they absolutely don't have to be on it, you know, is it a pain in the ass sometimes? Do we seem like the cell phone police? Yes. But, you know, is it for the greater good? Probably. You know, are we police? No. But does it help? Maybe. Hopefully. Alright, next question, number 4. Why do bikers want a lane split? Why do bikers like the lane split? Do I lane split? No, I generally don't, because here in Delaware it's not illegal. At the same time, it's not specifically allowed by law. So, if I were to lane split, a cop could still get me for an improper lane change or an improper pass or, you know, some other type of traffic code violation. So, I don't do it because I don't feel like getting points on the ticket or getting, you know, hit with a fine of however much. But why do bikers like the lane split? Well, if you look in the UK and London, if you look in California where lane splitting is legal, the statistics are showing that it is actually safer for, think of this, in an intersection. You come up to a stoplight, you're behind a vehicle, where a car, let's say a car behind you is coming up, they don't see you or they can't stop in time. You are literally becoming a pancake that's going to be smushed between two vehicles, and there's not too much you can do about it. So there's two things really. There is lane splitting, and then there's traffic filtering or lane filtering. Filtering is, for instance, when we're coming up to a red light, I would filter between traffic to the front because bikes generally have faster acceleration. They stay out in front, so you know, we don't have to be in this position right here. Oh, really annoying trucker. You know, if I was right here and the car behind me didn't see me, and then they look up, they're going to wind up back and into this guy anyway, and, you know, I become a motorcycle pancake. You know, instead I would be up front in the middle or near the crosswalk, and when the light turns green, I'd be able to accelerate out, and, you know, that. Along with that, we are also reducing traffic. So, I mean, if you think about it, right now, I am taking up about, you know, car length. If we were to be out in front, all the traffic would effectively move up a little bit further, and, you know, would it be a great deal? No, but, you know, every little bit counts, I think. So why do we like the lane split? A, because it's convenient. B, it would really kind of encourage people to ride their bikes a bit more, which would effectively reduce some congestion. Alright, next question, number 5. Why did you get into motovlogging? Well, let's see. I started riding now about 2.5 years ago, a few Julys ago. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a tech guy, you know, by trade. So anything that I do, I like to have a technology spin to it. Anything I do, I'm also an academic, so anything I do, I research the hell out of, and I try to be as much as you know, a book expert as I can before I actually get involved. So when I was just learning how to ride a bike, or considering to get, you know, my license and get the bike, I of course went onto YouTube and tried to find as many videos as I could, and I watched them all. And one of the things I was looking at is you know, the DMV road test for motorcycles. And when I, you know, put the Delaware into the search term, you know, Delaware DMV motorcycle test, this one video came up from a guy named Akimbo Jackson, and he is actually a Delaware moto vlogger too. And I'm like, oh, this guy's he has a microphone set up in the helmet, and he's recording it, and he's actually, you know, telling people about his day. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. It's like a talk show. I mean, you can you know, listen to this like on the way to work. It'd be kind of cool. So, you know, yeah, he's got nice exhaust too. You know, it was like, okay, so I've done audio editing in the past. I had done some minor video editing. And, you know, I had done photography, so I mean, all these things weren't foreign concepts. And I'm like, oh, that sounds kind of cool. So it just happened that, like, that year, I had went out to a conference for work, and I won a GoPro Hero. You know, one of those little, put your business cards in, and we'll draw it later. And I put my business card in, and they just happened to be drawing, and I guess they just reached into the top and pulled my card out, so I got a GoPro Hero. So I'm like, okay, well, I will plop this onto my helmet and rock it out. And, you know, the rest is kind of history. I like talking with you folks. I like sharing what I know. You know, I'm you know, like I said, I'm an academic and a technologist and an educator by heart. So, you know, if there's things that I can pass along, my knowledge, you know, even if it's a, you know, a mundane story that kind of gives you a chuckle or a laugh, it relates the story, all the better. Alright guys, well that's it. Again, 1,000 subscriber video. It actually happened a little while ago, but I have not had the time to get out because of the weather and other factors. But thank you so much. It touches me and you know, kind of moves me that, you know, enough people like what I do enough to click on that subscribe button. And you know, I thank you. And again, if you're just watching me for the first time, check out some of my other videos if you like it. Click that subscribe button, click the alarm bell to get notifications. And you know, I'll keep on keeping on. There's going to be a lot more content coming. Moto Noobette is going to be riding with me a bit more. I got her a camera set up and a microphone set up, so we'll hopefully be doing some, you know, dual moto vlogs, which will be really cool. And it'll be fun. All right, guys, I'll be into work soon, so get out there and ride, have fun, keep it shiny side up, and I will see you next time. Love the sound of that exhaust.